Good morning, collective. I'm going to do these whenever I get up and have something to say to y'all. All right, these are going to definitely be called morning tea talks with Ashley Allure. I'm going to go ahead and give you some spiritual tips. If you definitely read the video, I know you're ready to go ahead and get right into this, but these are the spiritual tips and tricks that would definitely transform your spiritual journey and your healing journey, or whatever you want to call it, your life path, period. Okay. I do have some tea with me today. I do have some lemon ginger turmeric tea. All right. Turmeric cinnamon moringa tea. Sorry, y'all. I get my teas mixed up because I do drink tea 3 to 4 times a day. However, I drink different variations of tea. I have my peaches, of course, okay, and I do have my plum. All right, I do have some other breakfast food that I'm waiting on to be done. But let's fast forward into this, okay? So, first things first. Normally, one thing about your spiritual journey, everybody says it's all love and light and it's all nice and flowers and roses and dandies and crystals and incense and sage, and it's not that at all. However, people who say that, they don't do the work. Okay, one thing about your spiritual journey, it is a very in the beginning or in the preliminary phases, it will be a very either not to scare anybody, it's gonna be a very life-changing, gruesome, eye-opening, head-busting experience or moment for you, because everything's going to all make sense, or you're going to realize that everything that you thought was completely wrong, or it just wasn't right. Okay. So I know if you're watching this, either you're in your spiritual journey, or you could be deeply in it. We're all on different timelines. We're all spiritual. All right, we're all spirits having a human experience. I cannot stress this enough. And one thing about it, it's important on your spiritual journey to remember that you are a spirit, okay, and your human body is a meat sack, okay. So, or it's a vessel, and emotions come with that. Okay, emotions, souls, spirits, and stuff like that. They really don't have emotions that much. Okay, but this is the part of you being a human. If you were alive before, you have some type of emotional, response. That can either make or break your spiritual journey, especially people who get very angry, etc., etc. But let's go ahead and get straight into this. These are some tips and tricks that I would definitely used myself, and I stumbled upon myself, and they have definitely changed my spiritual journey tremendously. I'm talking about manifesting wise, mind, body, and soul, all types of ways. But first things first, get your ass up, okay? That's the first thing. Get your ass up and make you a cup of tea in the morning. You could drink coffee in the morning, that's cool too. Get you a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Me personally, I have a cup of tea. Even if I do have iced coffee, you have to get up every single day. Not every day, but at least 3 times a week, and drink a cup of hot tea. You may be wondering what kind of hot tea. It needs to be a herbal tea. It's not need to be any sweet tea, any black tea, or any type of bullshit ass tea. Get up and drink a cup of tea. All right. A great way to know what kind of tea you should drink early in the morning or add into your routine is about what issue do you already have. If you have issue with inflammation, you need teas with turmeric, burdock, cinnamon in it. Okay. If you have high blood pressure, cinnamon, or hypertension, or anything like that, PCOS, that will be a great ingredient in your teas. Okay, as well as star anise. If you have issues with any type of infections or anything that you're looking for like that, definitely take out some nettle tea. And the list goes on, okay? But more importantly, ginger is the best tea to drink early in the morning, because what it does, it gets your mind woke. It heightens your intuition, it heightens your vibration, and on top of that, when you wake up, your mind or your body has already went through a 12-hour phase or fast, whatever you've been doing. So what it does is clears anything of that nature, clears any inflammations or any type of problem areas you definitely had. Okay, it's a detox as well, but it helps your body get up and get moving. You don't need to first be eating all this food and stuff. If you're going to eat a big breakfast, make sure you drink some hot tea first. Me personally, I go out to eat, I always order hot tea. Okay, the second tip I definitely have for you guys is you need to know your birth chart. I cannot stress this enough. You need to know your birth chart. Everybody thinks they're spiritual until you ask them their moon sign, their sun sign, their Venus, or their north node. The placements that you need to know in your birth chart, your sun sign. Your sun sign is who you are. Your sun sign is who you truly are, not who people say you are, not how people perceive you. Your sun sign is who you are, okay? Your moon sign is how you handle your emotions, or you know how you handle your triggers. Okay, your moon sign is what it is. Your rising sign, this is how people view you when you first come off to them or from the outside looking in. This is how people view you. However, there's one tip. Whatever sign is before your rising sign, let's say, for example, my rising sign is an Aquarius. When I'm by myself, when I'm by myself and nobody's looking, I would be a Capricorn rising, simply because I'm absolutely by myself. So you know, I may be more goal oriented, you know, I may be more stable, I may be more solid, I may be more focused on my finances, my stability, very organized, or how do you say, very stern, or have some type of guidelines, or there's always some type of task I have to complete. That's one tip that I definitely learned as well. Another thing is your North Node. I cannot stress this enough. It's 555 when I'm saying this. Your North Node is your calling this lifetime, okay? Your South Node, it's who you were in your previous lifetime. What was your destiny? What was your life path? Or, you know, what were you supposed to be doing? What was your big importance? What was the energy you were supposed to exude? Okay, that is what that's about. This can also your North Node. If you look up your North Node, you know what your actual life path or what you're supposed to be doing here. Like, so for example, me personally, I have a Leo North Node. So my life path is about me, you know, living in the moment, being creative, being seen, being heard, you know, making a big difference. Okay, being an influencer, or you know, whatever it may be. But your North Node tells you what you're supposed to be doing. Also, normally your North Node is the opposite of your South Node. So me personally, my North Node is in Leo, but my South Node is in Aquarius. You see what I'm saying? And you know, the list goes on. So also your Venus placement. Your Venus placement, this is where, this is where you talk about your love life. You know, you find your soulmate with your Venus and your Juno placement. All right, who would be the best match for you. Also, your Venus placement, this is how you handle your relationships, your love life, your flings, your patterns, who you will attract, or who best works for you, or what is your love language. Okay, if you did not know this, you do know this now. Okay, your Mars and your Mercury, this is how you communicate with other people, and you know what's going on with you communication wise. Okay, how you communicate yourself, either with whether it's verbally, you know, Mercury is the planet of communication. So when Mercury goes into retrograde, you know, communications wiry, you know, people are late, or they're hella early, or you know, how do you say, there's different ways that Mercury retrograde definitely fucks with technology, because technology uses it to communicate and to connect and to make a community, right? So that's, you know, messed up. Time is messed up, you know, a bunch of things are definitely messed up in Mercury retrograde. Also, you need to definitely know your I can't talk today. You need to know your Jupiter placement. This is definitely where your luck is. This is what you are good at. This is definitely where you get your luck at. So let's say my Jupiter placement says that I will be lucky being entrepreneur, but specifically spiritual, occult, and esoteric knowledge will be where I catch my luck, or you know, catch my footing at. Okay, or you know, have it easier at. Okay, depending on what your Jupiter sign is. Me personally, I believe I have a Jupiter in Aries. Okay, I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Also, what you need to know is your Saturn placement. Your Saturn placement is how you get good karma and how you give bad karma. So me personally, I have a Saturn in Taurus. So when people talk shit, or when people do things to me, they lose their house, they lose their car, they get on drugs or anything. You know, Taurus is a sign of indulgence. It's a sign of weed. It's a sign of food, luxuries, you know, comfortability, stability, long-term or long-coming things, as well as looks as well. So those things diminish when people cross me. Okay, however, me personally, with having a Saturn in Taurus, I actually accrue these different things, you know, regarding my good karma. Okay, but those are the most placements you need to definitely know. I mean, you can definitely look up your Lilith if you want to. Me personally, I have a Lilith in Sagittarius. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get to the next tip. Okay, the next tip that you guys need to definitely know is learn numerology. I cannot stress this enough. One thing about you people, people who are spiritual, so there's people who are real spiritualists and people who are not. There's multiple different things you can definitely learn, or you know, focus on. But numerology, this is like one of the languages of the spiritual people, if you want to say it like that. One thing about numerology, it helps you with a lot of things. Numerology comes in the signs of warnings, blessings, communication from not only your spiritual team, but just period from the universe. Also, numerology, you can definitely get a message right on hand. Not every number is good. Like, for example, yes, 111 means your positive thoughts are on the right track, or you're on the right track. 222, balance, fairness, and support. 333, ascended masters. 444, you do have your you are loved, you're protected, you are guided, you are definitely shit like that. Okay, got 555, shifts, changes, mysteries, secrets. Okay, 666, we got gifts, karmic cycles. All right, reminiscing memories, past lives, or things of that nature. We got 777, which is about divine interventions, mysteries as well, but more importantly, good luck. All right, fortune, and definitely support. We got 888, which is about money, power, respect, finances, stability, permanence, growth. 999 is about ending of cycles, changing things. And all in all, cutting things out. And 1010 is like a finito, the finale, the end, that's it, whatever, and the list goes on. Not every single angel number is going to be 555, 111, 222. Some numbers come, or 1111. Some numbers come as, 651, 653, this and that. And not every angel number or synchronicity is another name for it. It's positive, okay? Once you learn about angel numbers or synchronicities, you'll be able to know what's going on around you. Okay, angel numbers also, it's not just whatever it means. It depends on whatever place you are, what's the time, the different environments or different things that's going on around you. Okay, also another tip that I would definitely say is get into the I can't even say this word right. I can't even say it, but the G word codes. I'm going to say the G word codes. I will actually put the name down below, guys. These are codes. These are number codes, number sequences that you can use to manifest literally any fucking thing that you want. Okay. But however, these have to be used either in your petitions, or you can write them down, or in your sigil work, or whatever it is. Also, another tip for spirituality, if you guys definitely have done those type of things, you need to learn how to do shadow work. I cannot stress this enough. If you're not doing your shadow work, things can definitely go really, really haywire. If you're not familiar with shadow work, shadow work, excuse me. Shadow work is when you focus on your healing, focus on unpacking your traumas, focus on being hypersensitive or hyper aware of yourself, what you do, the energy you put out, and also making sure that you're definitely working on yourself. Shadow work is like, let's say you have a car and you just drive the car. Yeah, the car looks nice. You have a Tesla, BMW, whatever, but the issue is that you're not getting your oil changed, you're not putting your AC coolant in, you're not checking or rotating your tires, you're not washing your car, or you're not even taking the stuff out of your back seat, cleaning your car, vacuuming your car. This would be shadow work, because your body's in the car, because your soul is in the car, because remember, we're spiritual beings in a human experience, and the car would happen to be our human body. Okay, flow with me now. Okay, so shadow work is also journaling. It's about healing, all right, transforming, and definitely transmuting. I cannot stress it enough. If you do not do these things, then you won't get anywhere in your spiritual journey, or you'll keep going in the same karmic cycles over and over again. Okay, but another spiritual tip that I would definitely say is ensure that you definitely study Feng Shui. Study what Feng Shui is. The number 9, Feng Shui, the different corners of your home, different colors, the different attributes, the different decorations and things you can definitely add. These actually boost your manifestations, boost your protection, or boost whatever the fuck you're doing. For example, Feng Shui, some people add bamboo to their house. Bamboo brings good luck. It brings growth, stability, protection, all that stuff, love. All right, you need to definitely learn Feng Shui. This will definitely help you 10 times better, and also with your spell work as well, if you're definitely into spell work. Also, the spiritual tip: do not do spell work if you have no clue of what the fuck you're doing, okay? Because you can definitely get yourself wrapped up into some shit that you don't got no fucking business. I will actually have a story time for y'all about that if y'all want to hear about that. But okay, Yeah, when you're doing spell work, you need to ensure that you have also cleaned and smudged your home and your space. Don't just do spell work just to fucking do spell work here, okay? Also, if you're doing spell work, ensure that you're very specific with your outcome, because if you're not, you will get something that's kind of what you want but comes with a bite back, okay? That's one thing about it. And yeah, need to work on that. Another spiritual tip that I would definitely say at this current time being here that works very, very good to me, definitely get into your crystal healing. Learn about crystals. Or first thing first, don't just try to be one of those people who go out and buy 5, 10, 20 crystals. Don't do that. It'll take you forever to learn your crystals, forever to program them, forever to cleanse them, forever to charge them, and forever to understand what they mean or how to work with them, okay, or use them. First thing first, what makes things happy or very, very easy on your spiritual journey is if you choose 5 crystals that are definitely either been picked out for you if you had a reading, or if they gravitate towards you. You may not know what it means, but go somewhere like where there's authentic crystals. Don't be buying no damn crystals on Amazon, because that shit is not real. Okay, don't be on Amazon buying no damn crystals, period. Find a local shop or find somebody you trust and buy some crystals from them. Me personally, the first 5 crystals that I would personally recommend to anybody would be amethyst, citrine, clear quartz, rose quartz, and last but not least, I want to say jasper and sodalite. Those are the top 5 crystals, the easiest ones to work with or begin with. Always start with 5 crystals. Once you know the meaning of them, you know their energy, you're able to talk to them. Crystals are real people. I hate to say it. Crystals are real energy. They're real beings. You can talk to them. You can program them. You can tell them what you want them to do. You can cleanse them, charge them, whatever it is. That's just period, okay? Learn about crystals. I cannot stress that enough, because this will actually power up your protection, your work, who you are, and definitely help you align your body or align yourself with the either manifestation or outcome or timeline that you definitely want to manifest or jump into, okay? Another spiritual tip I would definitely say, okay, y'all like this video, all right, I'm giving y'all the free tea, the free stuff. If you are doing altar work or you have an altar, okay, my bad, y'all, I'm being nosy. If you do have an altar, please ensure that your altar is clean. Make sure that you keep your altar nice, clean, alive, and make sure that you change out your offerings regularly. A great tip, this is how you would know if your spiritual team likes your offerings, they don't like your offerings. If they like your offerings, let's say you place something on there, and if it does not mold in 3 days, then that means they liked it. If your offering molds in 3 or less days, to include water, coffee, whatever it may be, comment down below if you guys want me to do an altar video as well too. This means they have rejected it, or they weren't really impressed, or it wasn't something that they wanted or asked for. If you put an offering on your altar and it lasts more than 4 to 5 days, and like there's no mold, there's no bugs, there's no fuzzy stuff on it, that means that that's exactly what they like, or they appreciate that, or they found it to be very tasty, or something they very, very appreciated. Okay, that's one thing about it. Also, another spiritual tip, guys, I'm not gonna make this too long. All right, it's about to eat. One thing about it, please ensure that you're definitely protecting yourself. If you want to start with spell work, you need to start with protection spells first. Do not start with any other love spells, money spells, rituals, this and that, this and that, this and that. Don't do that shit. Make sure if you're starting with spell work, root work, okay, hoodoo, voodoo, voodoo, leukemia, Wicca, wizardry, whatever you want to call it, yeah, make sure that you're starting with protection work first, okay? I cannot stress this enough, okay? Or if you're working with the 21 divisions, certain shit that you can work with, certain shit that you can't work with unless you're initiated, and I will actually go over that in another video. So that's a tip that I would definitely work with. Also, one thing about it, make sure that you're high on your affirmations here, or you make a vision board. Vision boards are key, all right? Either on your altar or just period here. Yeah, they change a lot. Okay, they change a lot. All right, guys, make sure that you make those every new moon, or whenever you have completed mostly everything on your board, you make a new board. Okay, because it's how you bring things into your energy or your time. Also, a spiritual tip: if you are definitely having bad dreams or sleepless nights or having spiritual attacks, take a pair of scissors and open up the scissors where they're crossed like this. You can definitely go ahead and put those underneath your bed, as well as a cup of water with black walnut in it, or you can definitely put a cup of salt at your bed. What is it called? Nightstand, and it will definitely absorb any of that bullshit. Okay, or protect you as well. Also, one thing about it, guys, I'm going to say this. If you are a higher level practitioner and you want to work with certain spirits or deities and shit like that, always start with your ancestors first. Never start with orishas first, because if you put an orisha above your ancestors will definitely not work with you, or they'll feel like you're doing this type of dishonor or disservice. Okay, this is how you work with your spiritual team. You always start with your ancestors first. You start with your spirit guides, and then you get to your orishas and God or whatever the fuck else you work with here. If you know you want a straight and narrow, there's two different paths: the left hand path and the right hand path. You can be either or you can work both. Okay, just make sure you know what you're doing. All right. Also, what's going on, spiritual tip: do not deal with Ouija boards and shit like that if you're not well versed in shit like that. Don't open up portals you have no business opening. Also, never sleep with a mirror in your bedroom or facing your bed, period. That's a spiritual no. You bring in infidelity. If you are in a relationship, you bring in infidelity to you and your partner, whoever you're laying with, okay, or third party energies or spirits. However, if you are sorry guys, if you are definitely by yourself when you're sleeping, you also give yourself access for demons and different entities and attachments to actually watch you or come through that portal at nighttime, or between the witching hours of 3 to 5 or 12 to 5, okay, sometimes 11, depending on if you're working with a practitioner or a practitioner trying to come and visit you as well. Yeah, you leave that open. You leave yourself susceptible to doing that. Okay, make sure that you don't have any mirrors or black screens in your room. However, if you do have a TV in there, I would definitely just use a sheet to cover it up at nighttime, whatever it may be. Also, another spiritual tip, and I cannot stress this enough: if you ever see gnats or flies or certain bugs of that nature and they're coming out of nowhere and you're not sure where they're coming from, it's because somebody is pulling your energy, they're reading you, or they're trying to send you either evil eye or the spirit of what is it called, the spirit of I forgot what it's called, I can't even think of it. Infestation, okay, evil eye, energies like that. But when you see gnats and flies, people are spying on you. These are actually monitoring spirits as well. I will do a video on those as well, but this is just purely just what it is. You should definitely be aware of that, guys. I cannot stress that enough, but I didn't want to make this video too long. It's 20 minutes. If you want me to do a part 2, comment part 2. But like this, definitely comment down below, subscribe. I do tarot, and check out my other channels. Okay, bye.